Hi, good morning, viewers. Today we are going to talk about for the retailers, the how Kirana program can help them grow their business. We have Mr. Gaurav Garg, who is having 17 years of retail experience, and he has worked with many organizations, including Future Group and Aadhaar Retail. And today we'll be talking more on how during COVID times you can actually uh, take care of your retail stores and how our Kirana program can help you scaling up your business.
Hi, Mr. Gorang. Mr. Gorang has more than 25 years of experience in retail industry and has worked with different companies. So today we will discuss with Mr. Gorang different questions on how this Kirana industry can be benefited with this new trend of COVID-19. So today we have some questions on how these all the Kirana can be benefited. So Mr. Gorang, is it fine to start with?
Yeah, sure. So,
So,
yeah.
so, what do you think retailers should do during this COVID 19 times? Because there is lots of problem they are facing as of now in different terms.
Yeah, so obviously, because of the lockdown factor, we saw, the retail stores were closed down, they could not operate. Yes, the essential item stores, in Kirana stores, the food retail stores were operational, and they could manage through their sales basically. And yes, but it has impacted fashion retail and other retailer also. But the worst part is over now. The time is now that as the unlocking is happening, they should go back to their retail store and start ensuring that the display, their stock availability is in good shape, the people are in place. They can start with the thin manpower. They can look at their current PNL, and see that in minimum sales, how they can run their store to a level where they can survive at this point of time. I see that, Diwali, I see, when the vaccination will come, there'll be a lot of positivity which will happen, and when the movement of people will happen between two states, then also things will change. Today, the number of cases are increasing. That is the reason, the movement has been little restricted, but I feel that, in all these situation, don't lose hope, because the coming months are going to be good months for you. Yes, it may take another 4 5 months, maybe next year starting, on maybe we can see some traction happening, positive traction happening in the market. And but the only thing what is important right now is that you should look at your store with lot of positivity, take care of your people as much as possible, and give them comfort, put them on training, see that whatever stocks you have at this point of time, you are able to clear them, control on your inventory, look at your aging stocks, and see that how you can get rid of those aging stocks by giving discounts. So you need to sit on cash at this point of time, and if you're able to convert your inventory into stocks, inventory into cash, I'm sorry, then in that situation, you will have the option of buying more, buying right. And if you focus more around 3 to 4 kilometers around your store, and see that how you are able to engage with your customers, then it can help a lot. And and then it can, with a focus of 3 to 4 kilometers catchment, and your loyal customers, you are able to, you can at least get to a level where you can reach to your break-even point. This is what you need to look at it. And even in the apparel or fashion or any other retail touch points, I would only say that just keep doing basics, which is need of an hour, and survive as much as possible. And slowly and slowly you will see the sales would start happening. The FMCG rural sale has already reached to a level pre-COVID times. Urban is at the rate of 75%. So essential item, there is no problem as such. The consumption of FMCG goods and the grocery is also going slowly and slowly up, and as the time is passing by. So in my view, just do basics, and keep chasing your customers and sales, and focus on basics is something which is need of an hour.
So, adding Adding to this point, I would say like basically earlier retail was facing problem of basically more of supply chain. Customers were not coming on the stores, right? And there was lots of issues that because of lockdown, there are more fear in the customers that how they will reach to the store. There might be chances for more infection if they are visiting to these retail stores. So I think that now this is a team. This is a time to basically to ensure uh, that they should maintain social distancing in the stores. They should also ensure what their supply chain is being happening as of now. They should uh, coordinate with different FMCG companies to ensure that they should get the right stuff at the right time. And I believe because now this is the festive season is coming in the next 2 or 3 months, like Rakhi is being started, and then after that in India there's a festive season started. So I think it would be great now. Trend would be on the increasing basically. So customers are basically are coming for essential items, and no doubt because of this festival season, this will impact overall retail sales. However, overall, if I talk about as per the retail trend, in the next 6 months, food retail industry will grow by 40% as well as sorry, as compared to last year, their business will be 40%. Okay, and for fashion industry, their business would be close to 30-35% as compared to last year. So, however, it will not be on an increasing mode, but yes, they will gain some amount of business after this COVID-19, which is the major pandemic across the world, I believe.
Yeah, it's a valid point, and we have to be very positive at this point of time because, see, the worst is over now. The lockdown phase has been over in many places now, and slowly we'll move to the normalcy. And customers also are fed up of staying at home nowadays. So as soon as the unlocking happens and the number of cases starts reducing, and the vaccination comes, the positivity will come, and things will start rolling back to its normalcy. This is something where we have to be very positive and look for good amount of sales in times to come. Yes, survival is the right word, I would say, at this point of time, and take your whatever infrastructure you've already built. Don't let that get destroyed just because that the sales is not happening. Just keep on managing at this point of time.
Right. So, Mr. Goran, now we have another question for which we can discuss basically. Like, what are the challenges which retailers face generally, whether it is a Kirana store or this is a any retailer? So, what are the problems they are facing as of now, or what the problem they are facing generally?
So, in fact, I would say that the Indian retailers, 90% of the Indian retailers are actually operating in unorganized sector, which means that they don't have any formal training of retail science, and they have been able to manage their business to the best of their understanding. But in my view, their turnover, keeps fluctuating after a particular point. They are not able to grow their business, and that's the frustration level they always have in their mind. That how the business is not improving in spite of doing everything. So the solution lies in the inventory level what you maintain at. You need to get into the software, you need to get into the tracking of your sales SKU wise, see that what is doing well, what is not doing well. You need to work on promotional SKUs in a very scientific manner. Control on your margin, that's something which is extremely important. So in my view, one way is that they keep looking for sales, they keep chasing customer and ensure the sale is happening, but they keep losing out on the margin front also. The margin front in the sense that giving extra discount sometimes, maybe not buying correctly also, maybe not pushing the higher margin products also inside the store, and also not maintaining their P&L account. So they don't track that how much they are making in Excel sheet or in the accounting software, which can give them a lot of insight. And also damages and expiry is also a very big concern at this point of time, especially in the Kirana stores. So there is no tracking of it, and if they operate on 9 or 10 or 12% of gross margin, and if they lose 10 to 3% just like that because of wrong buying or because of not negotiating correctly with the vendor, with the distributor, or not keeping the right set of SKUs. So for example, if you sell more oils from your store, your margin would hardly be any, your
Same
volume
thing.
would be
And
yeah.
yeah, same with like sugar. Most of the retailers or wholesale stores are pushing sugar, which is only giving 0.5% of the margin, and they are losing actually margin. Sugar, and there is lots of things which are they are basically pushing for top line, basically not working on the increase the margin. Like so, they can sell different products to increase their margin instead of selling lower margin products.
And also, if you rotate your inventory faster of higher gross margin, you actually make more rupee gross margin in a very short period of time. So
Right.
your return on investment goes up, then in that situation. Supposing up 3 lakh rupees if you are putting in a inventory in a Kirana store, and if you're able to rotate 2 lakh rupees, 5 times in a month, then actually you're doing a turnover of roughly 10 lakh rupees on an
Right.
investment of 3 lakh rupees.
So
So,
actually, sorry. So actually, retailer should ensure at what product he should give first of all,
yeah,
and at what margin he should purchase these products, as well as at what price point he should sell to get the desired margin. Actually, so
correct.
actually,
Yeah, correct. If you ask them today that what is a gross margin, they give me a very vague figure of some percentage. But then if you ask the second question, that do you have it on a paper, are you tracking, so they are not able to answer those questions, which is the biggest concern at this point of time. And I think the time has come that they have to really evolve, by having the right set of software, selling through barcode, tracking their purchase, tracking their sales, and then buying as per the sales trend, focus more on inventory turnover, focus more on higher gross margin. I think if they focus like this, and it's not important for Kirana store, but it is also important for any retail store at this point of time, whether in apparel or any other product line, that they need to be very very scientific in their approach when it comes to managing their retail store and increasing their top line scientifically.
so I think they should use both the technology as well as human touch. Basically, they can use Internet of things like RFIDs, Wi-Fi, and barcode scanners, so that they can get the data instantly in their system, and they can easily analyze all the data, whether it is a P&L, whether it is sales analysis, how the product is moving, or how what the customer wants basically, and how the customer behaving on the in the store. So I think that is another thing which I think most of the retailers should think about, how to implement this different technologies in the store so that they can get the right data at the right time, so that they can act accordingly on the right time. So profitability is the major thing for any retailer, and I think these are all the things they should actually implement in the stores as well as in store operations, I believe.
Correct, absolutely right.
Okay, so Mr. Gora, now we have another question which is very very important for every retailers as well as Kirana. Like, what do you think for Kirana program can help Kirana stores to grow multi-fold? So, what do you think about this Kirana program?
So typically, if you see, Kirana stores are earning is ranging from 25,000 rupees to a lakh basically. So generally the Kirana sales is hovering around 3 lakh rupees to say 10 lakh rupees or 12 lakh rupees, and after that they're not able to scale up their business because they are managing their business on their own. There is only one person to support, or two people, or maybe their family members are supporting, which is not a problem because the space available to them is little cheap. They get in 5,000, 10,000 rupees rental. Sometimes the space is inside their home also. That's not a challenge. But the real challenge is that if you are not increasing your sales, or if you're not increasing your revenue or profitability over a period of time, then your expenses are increasing, your requirements are increasing, but then you're not able to scale up, right? So important is that the Kirana program will actually give them the correct insight, स्टोर को कैसे चलाना है, कैसे बनाना है, and way forward उसको how are you going to take it forward, what is to be kept inside the store, how the purchasing has to happen, why the software is needed, why the barcoding is needed, why you have to be little organized in your purchase and your sales, the how this will give you insight on what to buy, what not to buy, how you can work on those SKUs which are giving you higher margins, and then you can also do periodically your damages and shrinkages checking also. So I think we are giving them complete understanding, and that's how they can grow. Today, if you look at it, that there are many companies which are doing training of retail or something like this. But then retailing or training, I would say training is basically a one-time activity where somebody will come and teach you whether you understand, you don't understand, maybe you understand at that point of time, but when it comes to implementation at the ground level, if you have 5, 10, 15, 20 questions, then sometimes you don't get the right answers also. It's not that you don't get the answer, but then sometimes you don't get the answer also. So in our Kirana program, when we say that we are going to help you, either starting your Kirana program, or we'll help you, restructuring your existing Kirana program. Kirana store is basically where what we are saying is that we will correct things for you, and we will track also for next 3 months, so that in case there is a problem somewhere you face, we can correct also. And the best is that you get training also on the job. So when you interact with us, say 15, 20, 30 times in 3 months time, then you actually learn also a lot, and then it gets registered in your mind. And then once we are out from this Kirana program, then you can actually take your program very effectively in your store, and then you can actually teach others also the same
Yeah,
thing.
it happens number of times that even Kirana store is in the business for the last 10 to 15 years, and they are not aware about that. What should they do further to increase their business actually?
Correct.
So they are not even aware that what products should be placed where, what should be the proper margin, and how they can negotiate the different companies to take the space selling basically, which is another thing in the Kirana program. I think that can be worked on actually.
Also important is that, if you're keeping, say, Colgate, or if you're suppose, I'll give example of biscuit. If you're keeping Britannia biscuit, right, then which other brand you should keep actually? Would you like to keep the simple Britannia like products? Then you are actually, buying more. You're not able to sell because people will only pick up Britannia. They may not pick up something else. Then your whole inventory is stuck up basically. So it has to be there has to be some logic also applied, that in the biscuit category, which brand you have to keep, which grammage of which packet size you have to keep, and what to promote and what not to promote basically.
And even also which other products can be introduced in that category, whether Britannia or some local brand also, or some regional brand. That will give them more margin basically in that store.
Yeah, today if you see, there are a lot of B grade brands across India. They don't get shelf space, but they're equally good. People don't know them. That's why they are not able, and they give good amount of margin also.
30-40% they provide the margin actually. Local players actually.
Exactly. So if it is inculcated in the strategy itself, then I think one can get the benefit also, in some way.
And one more thing I would like to just add, Mr. Gorang, I think there are some other product categories which are basically on increasing trend, but Kirana stores are not keeping because they are not aware of the product. So like organic category, which is as an increasing trend, customers want to purchase, but it is not available. Even some other brands, like if you just talk about like in COVID-19, customers want to purchase immunity products, but it is only available at Ayurvedic shops. So they can also keep these products and they can earn the margin. In Ayurvedic, there is a 30-40% margin in all the products, and they can pass on 5 to 10% and can make the new customers for their stores actually.
I agree with you. I think it's a very valid point you have made. Yeah.
So I think overall in Kirana stores there is number of things we can do to increase their profitability, to reduce their damage and expiries, and how to further increase their business to ensure that profitability should be increasing over the period of time. Because now, because of this post-COVID situation, people want to go to a nearby Kirana store instead of big malls due to the fear of infection actually. So I think this is a good time for every Kirana stores to ensure these all the things. So now, Mr. Gaurav, so I think now we have another question which will be very, very helpful for every Kirana stores. Now, how can we help them in solving their many problems? What's the role to solve these problems?
So, as I told you in the last answer, when we look at all the problems, these are actually the problems and we try and help them. So, which means that standardization of Kirana is something which is extremely important, right? The mindset of a Kirana person, Kirana owner, has to be corrected correctly. Means he has to be taught that what is actually is a retail store. What are you expecting out of it? Today you have a small family, your daughters are small, and then today you are earning 50,000 rupees, right? But tomorrow, if you have a need of 1 lakh rupees, then if the same infrastructure can help you achieving 1 lakh rupees of profitability every month, then you are able to take care of your household expenses, and you can take care of your future expenses also. This is something which is needed. And today we have 1.2 million, maybe I think there is no number available ki grocery stores are how many, but then in my view it will be more than 1 crore, what I understand.
Yeah, it is more than 1.2.
Yeah. So there is no scientific data available, but then these are the estimated numbers. And today Kirana have prospered because people find it easy to start also. You have a space, and then you can start immediately and all that. But then, as I said earlier, that gradually income also has to go up, and that will only come when you take help, when you understand things correctly, and then you gradually move from 25 to 50, 50 to 75 to 1 lakh rupees. So which means that standardization may, I'm saying software, I'm saying barcoding, I'm saying correct purchases, I'm saying correction in damages and expiry also, your stock checking also, what to promote means what to buy, what should be the adjacencies of the product. मतलब एक product अगर खरीदा तो दूसरा product कौन सा होना चाहिए जो आपके store में रखा जाए आपको. और important ये होता है कि आपकी store में सब कुछ available होना चाहिए. Customer should not go back, empty-handed. Customer will always give you 4 to 5 times chance. He'll come 4-5 times to you and ask, and if 5 out of 5 times, 4 times he does not get what he is looking for, then the chances are that you lose that trust also. So you need to have proper master SKU mix also, which can allow the customer to you can build trust with the customer. And just see कि अगर आपका store, if it is in say in one catchment, just see that if in a catchment of 1 kilometer, if there are 2,000 families, how many families are buying from you? There should be tracking mechanism also.
I think that is very important to ensure that business should be in the growing trend. Otherwise, it will be stabilized at one point actually. If customers will not or families will not come actually.
Yeah, one is the number of households, how many of them are buying. Second is that what is their average basket size which they're buying. If they're buying only 400, 500 rupees, how can you increase the basket size? How can you push them to keep coming to your store, for small things. So you need to create dependency also. And today, Kiranas are ranging from 200 square feet to even 1,000 square feet also. We can even look for 1,500 or 800 or 900 square feet of Kiranas also in good catchment, where we can increase the number of SKUs and see that the gross margin should also grow then in that situation. Today, in a market, typically one should get 15-16% margin, but they don't get. They get 9%, 10% margin because they are selling only essential items where the margin is very low. Hence, they are not able to increase their turnover and margins also then in that situation. So we will make them understand on all these points then. So we will create their
I think this is very, very practical point.
Yeah,
I think this is a very, very practical point. Whenever we visited for any retail store, we found they are selling only some set type of products. Either they are selling Britannia, they are selling Pepsi, they are selling only Coke. So they are selling company specific instead of they are selling entire range. So it is very, very, very valid point that first of all they should make a master product list. They should focus on their catchment area. They should focus what the customers is purchasing and how further it can be increased. I think that this is very, very good. Overall understanding how we can increase this Kirana program and how it will be helpful for the customers. I think these all the questions and answers were very, very good, I believe, and they will basically benefit for all the retailers as well as Kirana stores who are working or who are operating their business in India, across the India, I believe. I think this is very, very good interaction, I believe.
Yeah. In fact, with this interaction, I think retailers can get the benefit, and they can contact us on the below mentioned numbers, and we would be able to answer all their queries with clarity. They can connect with Gaurav also. They can connect with me also. And we both will be able to answer all the queries and try to give them more clarity on that.
Thank you, Mr. Gaurang. This was a nice discussion.
Thank you, Gaurav, for your time, and then let's connect again on the next series. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.